Of all the games in my Steam library, Factorio is the game which I've spent the most time in, over 200 hours. I know that's not much compared to many reviewers on YouTube who've played the game for thousands of hours, but I've played it enough to develop strong feelings for the game and an appreciation for what makes it so unique. And because it's the game I've played the most, I consider it my favorite game on Steam, and that's why I'm taking the time to talk about it for a few minutes. There's a chance you haven't heard of Factorio, so let me first explain what the game is. It's a construction and factory management game, which came from a successful Indiegogo campaign in 2013. The game is still in very active development, even after 10 years, and it has a big expansion coming up soon, so if you haven't heard of it yet, I'm sure you will soon. The game follows an engineer who crash lands on an alien planet and must harvest resources to build a rocket to escape the planet. If you've seen The Martian with Matt Damon, it's a bit like that, although the game is almost entirely concerned with challenges of engineering, logistics, and management of sprawling systems. Even at the later stages of the game, it will really challenge your capacity to troubleshoot problems in a complex system. You start the game by manually collecting resources like wood and coal. You feed those into simple machines to create items which will advance your factory. By the end of the game, you're dealing with complex instruments and advanced materials like uranium and sulfuric acid. The gameplay loop is famously addictive because the factory is always moving. Nothing ever stops. It's a bit like the One More Turn phenomenon of the Civilization series, which is another game that has been keeping strategy game players like myself up long after their bedtime. Despite having a big Steam library, I don't really play many games these days, and it's mostly because not a lot of games can hold my interest. There's something special about Factorio. The magnetism of this game is irresistible to me because it offers an incredible combination of strategy, depth, and satisfaction when you get it right. After hundreds of hours of playing the game, there are still a lot of concepts which I have yet to master. The first thing that comes to mind is switching systems on railway stations, which allow you to create complex interchanges. Seeing the growth of your factory is mesmerizing and not like much else I've experienced in video games. Very few experiences I've had in any other game can match seeing your sloppy spaghetti factory grow into a streamlined beast, launching rockets into space. With that said, the game's not for everybody. It looks like a Command & Conquer game from the 1990s, which I personally like, but I get that's not going to be for everybody. The learning curve is steep. It's going to take serious commitment to finish this game, and I'm guessing most people who start it probably won't finish it. There's also no real story or narrative to the game beyond being an engineer stuck on an alien planet. But I think just by hearing this portrayal, you'll know if this game's for you or not.